All right. Next card that we have on the list here, Orange 2-Wrist Block. This is going to cause some annoyances.
Yeah.
Before this was Stop a Physical Attack, Remain 1. Was that it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at Stop a Physical Attack, Mastery, Gain 3 Power Stages.
Talk about neutering.
Yeah.
Well, it'll help Amp.
Yeah, it will.
Put your shuffle if you'd have got that card. Hey.
So, what was there something in Set 7 that brought about this change?
No, this was just because of old reasons, really. Orange Tactical was just too strong, and really you didn't even have to worry about ending combat, which made Gohan's Kick and other cards like that a bit useless against it. You could just defend with cards like Orange 2-Wrist Block, and just prevent all damage for the combat. So we tried to make the defense a little worse, so that decks could damage Orange Tactical.
Okay.
Good reason.
Yep. It's completely sound.
That's me.
Nope. No bitching from here. Alright then. And this is another card I am completely interested to see how this one works here. There has been a rewrite to Showdown. Now states, use when entering combat. For the remainder of combat, personalities cannot use their powers and constant powers. Attached cards have no effect for the remainder of combat. No player may use drills for the remainder of combat. Draw a card, remove from the game after use.
Oh. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Draw a card,
Just draw a card, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing new on it. We found that Showdown had to be used in the combat that you drew it most of the time, because otherwise a deck could just get rid of it quite quickly. Orange, with its Orange Destruction Drill, made Showdown a bit useless. So by playing it and using it to draw another card, you still had the same hand advantage that you needed in the combat where you wanted to take down Orange Tactical.
That's an excellent change. I will be surprised if I do not see that in almost every single deck.
Yeah, it seems really usable, especially for aggro decks now.
Yep.
Before it kind of felt like dead weight for a lot of games. Like, I've run it, but I've never found myself using it quite often.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Oh, no, this is sad. This is... okay. Ginyu Force Pose has been rewritten. Search your life deck for up to 3 level 1 allies and place them into play at 4 power stages above 0. If your main personality is Captain Ginyu or Frieza, you may search your life deck for up to 5 level 1 allies instead. Remove from the game after use.
I like that.
I saw this card played with some ally decks before. I think I don't remember. But yeah, it's a lot less use of this, especially with the limitation of the 5 for Captain Ginyu and Frieza. It still lets you grab 3, which is more than enough for most decks, but is this like because it was going to be used a lot for Cell Junior decks?
This was mostly just throughout testing with Fate. We found that Assistance was winning the majority of its games. We gave Ally a lot more support this set, and we had to take away some of it to make up for that. During testing, it won 23 out of its 31 games, I think.
Wow.
29 games.
High. Wow.
Death's Mind went 18-3 with it as well.
Jeez.
So he played the majority of games with it, and yeah, we just needed to make sure that it wasn't going to be able to build up its wall of allies so quickly.
That's a good way of doing it, is neutering that right there.
You know, it's still pretty beef. I mean, you get 3 allies, and they're at 4 above 0 instead of 2.
Yeah.
It still can be a lot of help.
Yeah.
Do you still set them at 4 above 0 when you collect 5? Because... It doesn't specify.
Yeah. It just says 5. Well, it says 5 instead, so I assume that they would still go in at 4.
Yeah, because it's just replacing the number.
I come from old Z where things were taken extremely literal, and because both the 3 level 1 allies and the placed into play at 4 stages above 0 is in the same sentence, that just kind of triggered it for me. But that's just me being old school.
Because people were sneaky in old school.
Oh God,
they were like, oh, it does this.
The Saiyan Saga days.
I'm not translating those cards. So
I liked the Saiyan Saga. It was cool.
Punch the foe for 5 life cards.
I literally smacked my buddy.
Yes, there was lots of the kicking was popular at my store.
Yes.
They'd be like, "Oh, I kicked the opponent."
Penetrating, attack move.
So next card on our list here is level 1 Dende. It's from Legacy, I believe.
Legends.
I'm sorry. It's now constant power during your power-up step. You may add Dende's power-up rating to the power-up rating of one of your allies. If you do, Dende cannot gain more than 1 power stage during your power-up step. Once per combat, during your attack phase, you may search your discard pile for an ally and place it into play at 4 power stages above 0. If Dende is your main personality, you may place it into play at its highest power stage instead.
That's got to be the longest MP power.
The one of them, yeah. And his ability is no longer in brackets, so it can flat out be turned off at this point.
I think that's an improvement.
Yeah, it used to be just a ruling with him in those brackets that just could not be countered, and now it's something that your King Colds and your Showdown can flat out shut down.
Yeah. That another one of those blue assistance deck items that were causing problems in testing?
Dende is kind of the go-to guy for assistance in general. For hero assistance. So
Crazy little green.
Yeah, kind of makes sense to do that. I think we have at least 1 or 2 more cards here.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yep. Goku on Pursuit.
Oh, there goes my deck. I flushed one of my favorite decks down the toilet right now.
Isn't this Matt's favorite too?
Well, Goku, level 1 Pursuit, constant power before the first turn of the game. You may search your life deck for a styled setup that is not limit 1 per deck and put it into play.
Oh.
I take it before it didn't have the limit?
Yeah. I used it in a Saiyan deck with, it pulled out Saiyan Future Knowledge right away. And if he got double power wheel to his advantage, you'd start the turn adjusting your opponent's deck for no defense, and then just pummel him. It didn't work all that much, but it was still fun.
See, what I tried to do with it was build an Animus Dragon Ball deck and just instantly grab the card that kills non-combat, so you could just instantly kill Kami Fades.
Ah.
That's how I was messing around with it, but I never really finished the deck, so... Because I'm lazy. What can I say?
Well, see, now you can't anymore.
Damn! I have been found out! No. The change probably will affect a very limited amount of people, so I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
In honesty. Do we still have 1 more? I think we do.
Yep.
Okay. Orange Leg Drop. Wow, that's actually from our newest set. Physical attack doing +4 power stages of damage. Remove the top 2 cards of your opponent's discard pile from the game. If successful, look at your opponent's hand and place a card in their hand on top of their life deck. Orange Blitz Mastery, removed from the game after use.
Yeah.
I guess that
card did get splashed in a lot of orange decks.
Well, Orange Blitz in particular, I mean, because if it's not removed from the game, they just keep grabbing it with that and just whittle down their hand like to nothing.
Yeah, I could see that being really mean.
It's bad enough that Blitz, grabs 2 extra cards into the hand. Also reducing their hand at the same time is kind of is a little overpowered. I can see where the change goes through. All right. Posted at the same time as this podcast, you'll find 3 extra cards that we can go ahead and discuss now. 2 of them are cell personalities for level 1. The other one is an extra little card here. You'll find them on the site and also on our Facebook page. We'll go ahead and discuss them right about now. The first of which is level 1 Cell Celestial. Hits 3.25 million at his maximum and has a power-up rating of 3. Has a constant power. He has a ruling, actually, in brackets that can't be turned off. Cell may use any cards usable by your personalities with Cell Jr. in their title. His constant power is allies you control with Cell Jr. in their title cannot take control of combat, have damage redirected to them, be discarded, or be removed from the game. Once per combat, if Cell is your main personality, he may choose an ally you control with Cell Jr. in the title and use its power.
Dang, that's a lot to remember.
That is quite a bit. Yeah, it's basically stating that you're placing Cell Juniors into play, but they're kind of technically not there. You just get to choose which one per combat you want to use the ability of.
And basically, you go like, "Hey, attack!" He turns them into dogs or whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Let you abuse the named card effects that the juniors let you kind of do a bit easier, it seems like.
Like 17
like
only card or whatever.
And 18 only and all that.
Yep. It should be interesting.
So, 18 stare down.
Yeah.
But that's the new strongest level 1 personality, though, with the 325.
Yep.
Dang.
Right, so the other Cell level 1 that we have is Cell Android. He maxes out at 3 million, has a power-up rating of 1, and his power is an energy attack doing 5 power stages of damage, costs 1 power stage to perform. Your attacks from combat cards with Android in their title do plus 2 power stages of damage for the remainder of combat.
Not bad.
It's definitely working towards an Android legacy kind of deck, basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see exactly how well that works out. The last card that we have is one kind of pulled from Old Z here. It is the Teamwork Kamehameha.
Woo!
Yep.
Yay.
It's got a ruling on it in brackets. Says this attack can only be performed by an ally. And it says heroes only. Energy attack doing 10 life cards of damage. Costs 5 power stages to perform. That is a good chunk of damage.
Yeah.
Awesome picture, too.
Yeah, I think that's pulled right from the exact same scene that they use for Old Z.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Well, given the cards that we've previewed so far, I believe that we're going to see a good jump in ally decks. I know a lot of people have been kind of fearful of using them because of the tech against it, but there are so many ways to get around it nowadays, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Oh, this is definitely the ally set. That's blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
As long as it's not World Games, we're good.
As long as it's not World Games allies.
That set was so disappointing.
Well,
Wouldn't have been as disappointing if they didn't hype it so much when they were bringing it out. I remember reading on the site, over 300 cards, new masteries, tons of new things, and it was just a lot of personality cards.
Yep.
Over 300?
Yeah, I remember on the website it said like over 350 new cards were coming out.
Huh.
Somebody got the wrong number.
It was either a typo or something. I think there was, 200 and, maybe 250 at most in that set?
No, it would have been like 20 if you counted promos and the lost villains and the puppets.
Yeah.
It'd been
like they count the insets?
Like 200. It was pretty small, though, compared to what they said it was going to be.